folks. Welcome back to the Wild West Crypto Show. I'm Drew.
I'm Brent.
And we have with us for our weekly update on the latest in crypto, Jonathan Keim, CryptoCurrencyWire. Jonathan, how are you doing, buddy?
Everything's really good here. How about with you two?
Good, good. Hey, and I'm going to tell all you listeners out there with his new studio, let me tell you something, he's getting smooth. He was ready quicker than Bobby today, so, Bobby, watch out, man.
That's great.
I love it, man. Hey, let's dive into this. Crypto Valley residents can now pay their taxes in Bitcoin.
Wow.
So that's kind of a big deal. Let's talk about it.
Yep. So for those that don't know what the Crypto Valley is, it's one of the 26 cantons, or you could look at it as states of Switzerland. They've just kind of gotten that moniker over time. But now both companies and private individuals can pay their tax in crypto. One of the individuals involved was quoted as saying, "There's almost nothing controversial about trading Bitcoin anymore. It's completely mainstream."
Wow, talk about a leapfrog, but they're right. For those that are in the know, that are paying attention.
We just need to get their regulators to come over here and talk to our regulators.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's huge, Jonathan. And there have been a couple of states here in the U.S. that 18 months ago started letting their people pay in cryptocurrencies, pay their taxes and stuff. But you get an entire province that is willing to do that, and the snowball's rolling, Jonathan. That's a great story.
For sure.
Well, let's go to the next one. Bitcoin is now the 6th largest world currency. Now that's huge when you think about it.
Yeah.
And of course, Bitcoin's 65% of all cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Its valuation is in Bitcoin. So that part's not surprising, but the fact that it's the 6th largest currency in the world. So tell us about that one, Jonathan.
Yeah, so the headline even surprised me. I had no idea. I'm definitely glad I came across it. So that means Bitcoin's money supply worth is now greater than 170 different fiat currencies out there. And it's really remarkable when you keep in mind that Bitcoin's only been around for about 10 years, and there's not much left other than USD, Euro, Japanese yen, the big ones. So we have to ask ourselves, what place will it end up at?
No kidding. I think we kind of know looking down the looking glass, but yeah.
I think there may be some consolidation above them that's going to make it a little hard to get completely past, but
yeah.
I think eventually we're going to find ourselves where, it is the top of the heap.
Well, and one of the things going on right now where that's really kind of hits home, resonates, is the fact that we're seeing what's going on with the deflation of fiat currencies right now. And precipitous drops, even the US dollar and everything else. And more you're hearing all of these fund managers and everything else going, store of value, which you've always go to gold, you go to other things. Now, all of a sudden, 6th largest currency in the world, and people are really going to focus on a store of value there. Wouldn't surprise me to see, some of these smaller countries say, let's just make this our official currency.
Well, and the other thing is you hear more and more fund managers talking about and lamenting the fact that all these other major currencies are just printing their way out of they don't know what.
Yeah.
And so therefore you have the valuation going down, and there's many, many more dollars and fiat currencies afloat and awash, and they keep going back to Bitcoin having that finite number.
Yeah, so I tell you what, I issue a challenge out there to all these small countries in the world. One of y'all, who's going to step up and be the first one to adopt Bitcoin as your official currency? And it'll be fun to watch. Then the rodeo starts.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get to this last one, Jonathan. CFTC greenlights LedgerX request to move beyond digital currency products. So talk a little bit about that. I didn't read the release, so what's going on there?
Sure. So LedgerX is now authorized to offer fully collateralized futures and option products in addition to the digital asset swaps it already offers. And what I find so interesting is how crypto and this massive upside we've seen over the last 10 years, it's giving new players the wherewithal to compete with major financial players, even if they didn't start, within those camps. I think that's pretty big.
Yeah. You gotta love it when new blood gets rich.
Oh yeah,
because it shakes up old blood. And that story right there is as old as your westerns. It's been around for a long time. But that's how change happens.
You bet. Yeah. So will that enable them? Will that make it even more seamless? This transition with the fact that they're able to custody all of that within there.
Absolutely. The more that we see this blend, from both sides, old Wall Street getting into crypto and crypto now getting into old Wall Street. I mean, it's really insane. Between sharing people and ideas, and I mean, it's kind of like when you have immigration, you know, all of a sudden these new foods pop up and we start using different words. I think we're going to see a lot of the same.
Well, and but the only hope is that in that blending, that we don't lose the core values that have made cryptocurrency what it is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure sometime when you're blending where the other guy's saying, "Oh no, you don't understand. That's not how we do it in the real world or in the big world or in the whatever." I just would say to everybody, stand your ground in making sure that cryptocurrencies remain what their core values are.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan, great stories, great headlines again, my friend. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to it.
All right, folks, Wild West Crypto Show will be back here in 2 minutes.